Today's August 4th, 2017. It's the Investitude podcast, and I'm jamming out to a little Wiz Khalifa, John, a little black and yellow.
Only you would be, well, I guess you're entitled because you're Pennsylvania born and raised. And what city in Pennsylvania, folks, has teams that wear black and yellow?
Pittsburgh.
I was going to say, it ain't Philly.
No. But Wiz Khalifa.
It's either green or red and white or...
I don't think I ever went to Pittsburgh once. Like, and it was like forever to get there. But he was playing...
I lived there for a year.
What?
First time I saw snow. Yeah. True story. My dad was interning all over the country. So when he was learning not just kidney transplantation, but immunosuppression to keep people from rejecting the new organs that were transplanted, he was working at Scripps Institute down in La Jolla. So I lived down there briefly, 2 years, I think. San Francisco, of course, where I spent my formative years. And 1 year, I think, only in Pittsburgh. But almost like a military brat, I was all over the place.
I did not know that. Well, that's what that song Black and Yellow is about. It's about, Wiz Khalifa's from Pittsburgh. And speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the football season started last night, sort of. The unofficial Canton, Ohio Hall of Fame, whatever. Cowboys.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Can't wait. That's the real sport in America.
Yeah.
That and esports, apparently, Andrew. Esports are going to be, they're already huge. Do you know, Andrew, that there are already esports, what do you call it?
College course, the college teams.
The money, well, yeah, sure, there are college teams, but there are pots that you win that are already measured in the tens of millions of dollars for esports. Yes, I kid you not. Watch it. Just crazy.
And if you'd like to invest in this new opportunity field, you can invest in EA or AMD or any other chip company.
Or NVIDIA. Or ATVI, Activision Blizzard. Or, there are a bunch of ways. But,
it's real. It's real.
Yeah,
That's all we got to say. It's real. No, I totally. I watched a lot of these YouTube videos, and there's people playing games on this stuff. I don't watch them all, but it's real.
And it's amazing how many people watch the YouTube videos of these gamers.
That just play. I know. My kid watches them. He watches them for 20, 30 minutes at a time. You can't even ask for TV shows like, you mean they'll sit in front and watch a person play a game for an hour? Like, yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
And they're looking for the tricks. They're looking for, okay, well, how does he get up to this next level?
Yeah.
Or how does he make the player do that? Well, whether it's FIFA or NFL or Madden or whatever, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Brand new world.
Maybe we'll get involved in that too, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll become gamers where we shoot stocks. We shoot. Well, that would be fun.
People will watch us trade stocks.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think it'll be quite as exciting as
fun. And that brings us to another thing that we're, as old people, we understand but don't understand, but understand but don't understand, is that Snap crap. And
Snap crap.
Hey, I bought it yesterday. I held on.
I bought it with you.
Yep.
You bought it cheaper.
Yep.
Frequently that's the way it goes because Andrew's got guts. And he bought it when it traded through 12, I think, right?
Yeah, it was right down 12.20. I got it.
All right. Well, I got it. Followed you. Didn't get it at that price, but paid more. Bought more today, and huge activity. Huge in Snap. They were buying the August 15 calls with the stock, I think it was under 13 still. And it made a nice little pop. It's in the mid-13s now. 1340, 1350, something like that.
1360. Because you're in the car going to the airport. It's going up. It's up 70 cents. I just thought there was a whole lot of hate yesterday. The hate was palpable. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Y'all hating?
Well, and that is the time to buy it. You buy, what does Buffett say, when there's blood in the streets?
Yeah.
You might have got that flush yesterday. I mean, I got to pull up the chart and look at the volumes of options and stock, but it might have happened. In any case, they bought the 15 calls, regular August expiration. That's 2 weeks out. They also bought 20,000 of the August 15 calls 1 week out. So they bought the 1550s 2 weeks out, the 15 calls 1 week out, and they're going to have earnings coming our way. And this is my version of the heaven or hell trade. You know how I make fun of Josh Brown on that, Andrew? Well, I told him, I said, Josh, here's my heaven or hell trade. Heaven, it goes up, and I stick it in your face. I said, hell, it goes down, and you can tell me I was a doofus for buying it. But I'm in, baby.
I'll tell you, the only time
And I'm in the calls, not the stock.
Yeah, I did the stock. I'm still holding. But the only time I look at Snap is when I'm sitting on the can. And I look at these things. And then I look at the Snapchat stories. Your daughter and the friend that were up here interning for your new book over the summer, they were like telling me all kinds of stuff that about, you know, how they use it. And then I'm looking at the stories. Kids get their news from this crap. And if that's where it's going, that's where it's going. I'm not staying in this thing forever, John. I'm like...
No, neither am I.
I mean, because there's haters one day and then there's not haters. So anyway, moving on from Snap. Oh, by the way, did I tell you I went down to Lollapalooza this morning? I rode the bike around. I put a review online if anybody wants to see that.
You should, folks. Make sure to put a link to it, Andrew.
I will.
Or at least, folks, if you don't see it, if you can't put a link to it, because sometimes when we put up the YouTube or the iTunes links or whatever, they won't let you put up too many other links except maybe within the video.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do it there. But in any case, go to Andrew's Twitter feed, which is at COFFEYGRINDS, Coffee Grinds.
Cool.
But it's COFFEY.
Yes.
Go there, check it out, because I'm telling you, the stages, the scope of what Perry Farrell has built with Lollapalooza is nothing shy of fantastic.
It's big.
And, by the way, we should put his link in here too, Andrew. Not just hashtag him, but put a link to Lala and Perry Farrell. But, you know, think of what he's done, though. Yeah, it brings in tens of millions of dollars to Perry. I'm happy for him. But it also brings in multiples of that to the city of Chicago.
Yeah, every hotel. The Blackstone.
Every hotel is jammed.
Blackstone is completely rented out by C3, which puts these events on. They just take the whole hotel for 3 days because it's right across the street, and it's easy for them to get back and forth. Because I mean, this shit wears you out. So.
Yeah, and imagine not just the Perry Farrells and the people, the visionaries and things, but the workers they've got. I mean, they got to have work. That's not an exaggeration, folks. They've got 500,000 people going into this thing. 10,000 is probably an underestimate for what they have as far as security and people working there.
Well, I'll be going down on Saturday to listen to some EDM music with my kid outside, but I'll make a video for that. Hey, one of the people in the group, our Investitute, where we have a chat room where our investors come and chat amongst each other as they buy and sell stocks, said, thanks, John, for the Snap and the GS, the Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, Goldman. Take a look at a lot of the, financials are up big. I think that the XLF, the Financial Spider SPDR, that is an ETF that has a whole bunch of financial related companies, including insurance companies. So it's not just banks, but that's up 2.5% this week. It's up 1% today. Bank America's up big, but they were buying huge blocks of calls in Goldman Sachs. And I bought more in Goldman. And I was already hitting it hard today from Goldman that I already owned, in full disclosure. But I added to Goldman, and I bought it even at lower strikes now. because they were buying the 250s out in September. 250 calls in Goldman, 10,000 traded in one block. That's a million share equivalent. I like following guys that have that kind of confidence.
And one more, you saw LITE, LITE.
Yeah, this is, AAOI is a stock that had run from 62 at the end of June to over 100. Huge pullback today. It fell by over 20 some odd dollars today because of, an earnings report and so forth and guidance on revenue. Well, everybody else, Finisar, FNSR, as well as LITE that are in the communications and or networking space, they were all down 3 to 5% in sympathy with AAOI. Then they came scrambling in buying calls in LITE. Again, that's in that space, networking and communications. I bought there. I'll probably be in them about a month.
Okay. I was going to mess with you just now. I was going to tell you they just halted trading in Snap.
I know you're going to have a good time, Andrew, at Lala. My daughter's been there.
Really?
She went last night. She has the 4-day pass.
She gets stuck in the rain?
You always talked me into sending her there.
Ah, not me.
She and all of her pals go. She put out something to me last night at like 12:15. I wasn't up. I woke up and I look at my phone, 12:15, there it is, text from my daughter. She said, I met DeMarco, and she's got a picture of DeMarco.
And you're like, who's
and
DeMarco?
I'm like, oh, great.
Who's DeMarco?
So in other words, she's backstage with one of these characters. And that's the curse of having daughters, my friends.
Good luck.
You worry about stuff like that.
And there was a rainstorm last night, so... All right. Well, hopefully the weather will be nicer today. A little chilly. Tell her to take a windbreaker.
Yeah, I was going to say it dropped 20 degrees. It's only going to be high in the mid-60s in Chicago. So with that kind of crowd, that's why I don't like being at those kind of events, Andrew. Too crowded. 500,000 people banging into me, the mosh pits, everything else. That's too many years in my rearview mirror. I'm not there anymore.
That's why I'm watching it home. In the comfort of my own home.
You can watch Andrew's videos by going to @coffeegrinds.com. And, of course, you can always pick up the podcasts here. Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. You can subscribe to any and all of them as a way to make sure that you don't miss out on any of this fun. And, by the way, Andrew, I'm flying out to London for a meeting with a client tomorrow, and then I have Geneva on Sunday, and I won't be back until Wednesday, so we'll have to do at least one podcast from the road.
You got it. We'll have to figure that out. I'll call you this weekend on that.
All right. Have a great one, everyone.